Good morning. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update. And this update is for Friday, the 2nd of May, 2025, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. Let's take a look at the big event of the day, and it is the jobs report. And what a blowout report. Non-farm, 177,000. They were expecting 133,000. The unemployment rate, even with that, stays unchanged at 4.2%, and they revised down the March number from 228 to 185, so you really didn't see much swing in the market. That's the better way to look at it. The March revised unemployment stayed at 4.2. Now, when you start looking, private sector added 167,000. The government actually added 10,000. This takes into account those that were let go, and that's what I'm reading now, by the government under the DOGE program, as you call it. April labor force went up. So people are coming into the market and they're finding their jobs. The average hourly earnings up 6 cents. When we look at month over month, this is a positive number. The price pressure is not there, was up 0.2, and hourly earnings year over year up down 1/10 at 3.8 from 3.9. Any way you want to cut it, that's a very friendly report. We're going to get to factory orders data, just a solid number there, one number, unlike yesterday's report that breaks everything down, prices paid and the like, and that comes out at 9 o'clock this morning. So in the stock market, the reaction is powerful to the upside. This is just great news any way you want to cut it. Tariff news, employers aren't laying people off. You're seeing that in this report. We saw it in the jolts as well. The fear that, though, tariffs were going to make people dump things. There was another fear, shutting down the border. What would you do for the construction season throughout the whole Midwest? And they're finding that they can find jobs and workers for those jobs. You got two elements going there. This, on the energy market, another boost for the economy. Nothing coming up here. OPEC meets on Monday. You want to pay attention to that. You have another country election taking place tomorrow, and that's going to take place in Australia, which is getting a bit of a bid, up 64 cents right now in their currency versus the dollar, which is falling to the wayside, and most other currencies definitely getting bids off this report. In the grain market, as we step over here, you can see the wheat, which is always a wild market, up 11 cents. You're very stable, though, in the beans up 3, the corn up 2. Obviously, you go into a weekend. It's always about how's the weather, how the planning's going. Is the ground too wet, too dry? What are we dealing with? And that's what you'll deal here. The strong number added to yields, and that's not the good thing for the economy. That goes against what you want to see, and I think it takes the Fed completely out of the picture for a June cut. So what we had going in, if you watch the Fed watch page, you had a 59% probability plus of a rate cut going into the report, and I was looking at it just before. Moment ago, I can't tell you what it's going to do trade by trade. It was under 50, so now less than a 50-50 chance of a rate cut by the Fed. And why would the Fed cut in this report? I mean, they'd want to get more data before they do that. One of their mandates is full employment. They have it. So now they've got to be watching inflation, and if they, with tariffs, start cutting interest rates, that could only add to the inflation. I think they're boxed in, so to speak, for the moment. We'll see what happens as further data comes with you. I discussed this and what to do now in the markets right now, because I've already put out my futures, and I told people I'd be putting out potentially special updates this morning if I see trades develop. But now I'm going to go do the stocks and the spider ETFs. And as I do those, as the market moves on, well, what we're going to see here is that all comes about. How does this impact it? We had yesterday, as you know, in the market, we got data from Apple. We had data from Amazon. Amazon not as severely impacted as you think, but still down pretty good in the aftermarket. Just not a collapse from this. Today, by the way, is May 2nd. So what's called the de minimis rule, where from Hong Kong and China, you could send packages tariff-free to America. That's over. So as of today, you've got to start collecting it. It doesn't affect your travel through airports, but it's certainly in the cargo area. They're going to look at things very differently now, and items that were tariff-free can have as high as a $100 tariff on them. You got to be careful what you're ordering. Go to iraepstein.com research. I talk about this and a lot more in my daily research. There'll be an icon at the top up here. You'll see a circle with an eye in it. Give it a click. It'll take you right to the link you need. I'm Ira. Have yourself a great day, and